Dean, amazing to be here, isn't it? What an experience.
It's an amazing experience. And it's good to be involved, you know. My bro Dillian being on the card. Such a historic card, which is going to go down in the history books, I believe. You know, the first Saudi, because, you know, all the stuff you hear and believe about Saudi, being here now for the first time myself, the country, the people have been so embracing. Just being out on the road, I went out and I met some really nice people. And when I mean they were so helpful, it's unbelievable. So, I mean, being here, that aside, just the natives, being in the atmosphere, being in this fight week, and the mega build-up, you saw the energy of the Mexican people. They got behind their man. I'm saying the rest of the UK needs to get behind Joshua. Let them do the thing, get behind my bro, Dillian Whyte. And let's make them know, man, that UK means business.
You've been at it for a few days. I've run into you. It feels real now when the fans come out. When the fans come out and they start chilling, they started chanting for your brother, they started chanting for AJ. Now you know the fight's upon us.
Listen, you know, when it comes down to fight week, the last couple of days, it always gets a bit, you know, more serious, and you get the shaping of what the event is. You saw on the grass, there was lots of UKs and they were chanting Anthony Joshua. Good for him, man, you know, build his confidence and let him feel their warmth and embrace, you know what I mean?
Dillian Whyte versus Marius Vac. Dillian Whyte obviously has not fought since Oscar versus Marius Vac. Massive guy. You forget how big these heavyweights are.
No, 100%. You know, listen, if you notice, Dillian is probably one of the smaller heavyweights in the division, where you've got a load of giants in Wack, Schwartz, you've got Tyson Fury, you've got Deontay Wilder, you've got Joshua, and the likes of those kind of guys, you know, the fringe guys, Washington, but they're all
Hergovich,
they're all giants in the division. You've got Dillian, you've got Ruiz, people like that who are the pressure guys, shorter guys come through, and they do come to mess any party up, those kind of guys, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's exciting, so you needed to fight someone tall with that kind of height and that range so you can work on some stuff, you know?
He's a bit heavier than we used to see, 271 pounds. Is that because of the size of Vac, or is that just because of training, just naturally to that weight?
It's a natural thing, and obviously he's had the time off, and obviously you got to appreciate he's been training, but it wasn't a proper fight camp in terms of the late notice. Obviously it was, so he was ticking over, but it wasn't a normal camp where you'd be cutting weight and training. So it was just like training and not the pressure of having to cut weight. But listen, he's strong and he's fit, and he's going to mess some stuff up.
I like that, mess some stuff up. All right, Ruiz, Joshua, honest opinion. I think I've spoken to so many people and people are split. It's like people want AJ to win because we're British, we want him to win, but they're nervous as well because what happened in the first fight. What's your take?
You've got to be. You'd be silly not to understand. And even from the first fight, I did a few interviews from before, and I said, listen, people don't need to sleep on Andy Ruiz. He's a serious guy. You know what I mean? If you check the background, he's had over 105 amateur fights and an Olympian. He's beat the who of who's list coming up. And then you watch the fight with him and Parker. It was a very close contested fight. It could have gone either way. A lot of people say it was robbed. You know he means business. Styles make fights, and that matchup was really not the greatest matchup for Joshua, because guys who move and slip off and, you know, they give Joshua problems. Obviously, there's a lot of things people making it about Joshua, and obviously, you know, that's in the UK. Maybe in Mexico or America, they're just giving it to Ruiz and saying that he was just a better man. But obviously, there were things wrong with Joshua. He didn't see me, so he was a little bit muscle loaded and bound. But it's just one of them things. But, you know, right now, you can see he's took all this on board. If you heard him at the press conference, he said, listen, I didn't make it affect me. I went back to the drawing board on Monday morning. I was back in the gym making changes. He's lost a hell of a lot of weight, 16.5 stone or whatever.
Did that not shock you?
No, not at all, because I could see he was small.
Yeah.
I've seen him close up quite a lot of times. Yeah. Like yesterday, I saw him close up. Yeah. You know, anytime he sees me, like comes up to me over a chat and I saw him last night. I saw him again just then. He jumped in my video every day when I
said it with Michelle Joy Phelps.
So I've seen him quite a lot
close
up.
Love there, which is
you know what I mean? So I know he meant business, because I've talked to him a few times. He said, listen, bro, I'm going to knuckle down and get my head down. I'm not interested in a bag of talking to no people and doing this and doing that. I'm just trying to concentrate. And that shows a sign of a true champion. That means business. He's bringing so much different variation to sparring partners. He's bringing a few additions to his coaching staff, which is Angel. I know Angel really well. It's a great addition for me. I love the drills he does. You can see him on Instagram with Isaac Chamberlain, defensive footworks. So I know there's things they've implemented which they probably needed. I saw a guy doing some wrestling stuff with him. So all these fine stuff what I felt like he needed, because his holding and stuff, he didn't have that on lock. And you could see when he was trying to hold, he was getting tagged with a lot of stuff. I felt like he needed to be able to hold and turn maybe and use his weight and lean on my man and wrap his arms up so he can't fire the punches. The ref will break it and then he can readjust and go back to what it is. You know what I mean? Sometimes styles makes fights, and you know, that particular style is a hard style for Joshua because he's like an upright. He wants to jab, he wants to throw the right. But the guys that come up with angles and sit and do the things, it makes it a bit difficult. But I mean, listen, this is boxing, and at the end of the day, different styles. People are saying, oh, why why should Joshua? What did they say? Box and move and run. Yeah. I'm saying there's different styles in boxing.
Do what you got to do to get that win.
You adjust. That's what boxing's about. Sometimes you might go for mid-range, you might fight long range, you might... Is that not mine? Okay. And then you might... It's just... You got to think and adjust while you're in there. And if you're... So if you're thinking of a game plan, whatever you think's the best suitable game plan for you to get the win is what you do. Yeah. Not listen to people and they go, oh, he shouldn't be doing that. He should come forward and fight mano a mano. Who the hell's written that book? Yeah, yeah. You know, like you see it online, I'm thinking, that's why you guys are online. Yeah. It's about
Twitter trolls.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So it is what it is. But you know what? We're rooting for him. I know it is a hard fight. I know in my brain as well, there is a factor. Andy Ruiz looks amazing on the pads. He looks sharp. But we know about that. We know he's fast. We know he's sharp. We know he's electrifying. But what we see now is Joshua is really, really small. So what we've got to look at is he's going to be a lot sharper, a lot faster. But then is he going to be able to absorb a shot as good as he can? Yeah. Because obviously when you lose weight, sometimes that happens. So there's lots of factors that we've got, but I believe he'll be more defensively sound, he'll be sharper, and I think he'll be on the ball. I'm going to be rooting for him to get the win.
What's going on with you? I see you hitting the pads recently. Is that just to stay sharp? Is there something you want to tell us? Any exclusive?
Not at all, man. I just kind of go in there sometimes and do a bit of pads and try and rekindle my little imagination of what it could be, but I'm just keeping it there, man. I leave it for these young boys, you know what I mean? I don't want to pretend to myself, you know, become old in the ring while I'm in there and get hurt. Got to be smart.
You got to be smart, it's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There you go, Dean Whyte, big Dean Whyte there. Brother Dillian Whyte, remember, takes on Marius That should be a good 10-rounder. And like you said, let's get behind AJ the Brit as he takes on Andy Ruiz Jr. Dean, thanks for talking to us.
Thanks very much. Cheers.